Here is the Mountain View Trailhead from the Mammoth Earthquake Fault parking lot. And this trail takes off uphill right away. So we're already at the first trailhead sign, and we're going to go right. So the Mountain View Trail, it's 5.4 miles up to the top, and obviously 5.4 miles back to the parking area trailhead. Vertical climb on this, 759 vertical feet. It does go up and down a couple times. Mountain View is an old OHV route that's been converted over to single track. So that means that it is analog only, no e-bikes. Woo! So you can see how this old road is kind of converted over to single track, and it's pretty much like this the whole way up now. I first started riding this in 90. It was definitely more a road. You could actually drive up it too. So this is what we call more of an intermediate ride. Not technical at all. It's high elevation. Starts out at 8,500 feet. Works its way up to just under 9,200 feet. So some pretty severe altitude, and that plays in with what level of rider you need to be. You need to be in shape with some strong lung power, folks. So pretty decent climbing in some of these sections. So I say intermediate, you better be high-end intermediate in the fitness category. Pretty steeper climb, and now it's gonna be more mellow climbing up the next mile. Woo! Kind of winded for sure. Well, we get a little reprieve from the climb here. You can see those blue triangles. Those show you the path during the winter for cross-country skiing. This route was established back in the late 80s, maybe mid 80s, and then made official as a mountain bike route by the Forest Service in the early 90s. So all that vertical that we just went up, we're losing it all, and then we're gonna climb all the way up to, once we hit this flat point, we'll climb up to the Minaret Vista If you want to be out in the wilderness, middle of the forest, not see many people at all, ride a little single track, converted OHV road, this is your ride in the high country. Just gorgeous views from this trail. This is just the start of the epic views you're going to see. High country single track bliss. Gotta love it. Wait till you guys see the views from the Vista Point when we get to the top. Up and down on the way to the top, another downhill single track section. Just means coming back, we've got about 200 vertical feet of climbing, so this isn't really a true up and down trail. Pretty typical of trails here in the Eastern Sierra. So we're going to cross over one of the ski area service roads here. Another 3.5 miles to go to the top. So we're on the service road just for a few hundred feet, and then there's a junction here. Mountain View Trail, Minaret Vista, 3.5 miles. Woohoo! Dirt conditions out here. It's a mix of hard pack, good old dirt, and mixed in with some pretty thick pumice sections. Over the years though, the pumice has been packed out and pulverized, so it's not like it was when you first started riding out here in the early 90s. It was thick. Now you just plow through it, doesn't really affect you. So I'm riding through one of these old pumice sections. Used to be riding like through mud. Here it is, 30 years later. That pumice is all packed down, pulverized. Makes for a good riding surface. Well, a fun mountain bike trail can have a water crossing. Here we go. Don't put your foot down in there. This water's about 5 to 6 inches deep. Here's a little road that you gotta go through, and then here's a linking trailhead. 2.5 miles to go. So we're back on the old OHV route where this trail leads us. Goes back and forth from double to triple wide to single track. It's funny, this ride, you get your butt kicked in the altitude going up, then you're relieved by a downhill, and then it's back up again. Heading back to the car though, you're going to get the same scenario. Big old open pumice field. Just stay where it's been ridden and you're in the pulverized pumice. Come over here and whoa, it gets a little bit shaky. Over here, packed. Some steep climbing in here for sure. These last mile. There's a section there I had to walk up. No way was I going to make it up there. This, yes. %, grade in the dirt at 9,300 feet. Woo! Well, still working on this last climb out of the flats. It is a brutal one. 500 feet up at a 14% to 10% grade. And there we are. Woo, we made it. Woo! Well, we're finally at the top of the climb now. This is the trailhead. The sign pointing us to Minaret Vista to our left. Woo! That last section was tough. We're now on the service road here. Just a short road will take us up to the Minaret Vista Road. So yeah, you want to just take a right on the pavement here. This is the view from the Minaret Vista. We rode another quarter mile up from the top of the trailhead to get to this vista point here. This is the incredible view you get.